I imagine a lot of our listeners are craving a sustainability title or sustainability job. And I know a lot of people I talk to feel like that's what it means to like get a job in climate. Can you give us a little insight on like what that job's really like?
Yeah, no, totally. My current role is I lead sustainability for Microsoft's cloud operations group. And so much of what my job entails is looking at the company's overall corporate commitments to become carbon negative and water positive and zero waste by 2030, and then translating that into like a strategy for how to achieve it from the cloud part of the business.
Okay.
So, in many regards, think of me as kind of the hub of many spokes
Hmm.
where I can't be the guy and I and my team can't be the people who are all going and like making every single thing happen. But we're the ones making sure that we are orchestrating across the whole of the group to that we're doing the right things, that the right people have the right budgets and are empowered in the right way to see how their work fits into that bigger picture.
I
So
see.
maybe one day I am going to the engineering team and saying like, hey, this is what we need to see from the embodied carbon of the materials used to build our data centers. And then maybe next day I'm going to our investment team and saying, hey, it would be really valuable to invest in these kind of companies that can give us the supply to go and do that thing. And then maybe another day I'm talking with our clean energy procurement team. So it's really kind of, you know, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people each doing sustainability at Microsoft. And mine is just one type of role, but it's such a fun space to be in. I don't know if I fully answered the question,
No,
Louisa,
no.
but it's a fun
Yeah, it
time.
sounds like you're kind of guiding people, showing them like what the path is to get to the overall company sustainability goals, and then really empowering them to go and make the decisions they need to make, and just trying to connect dots where it makes sense.
I mean, and that's me being in a sustainability central office. But if you're like a clean energy procurement person, then your whole job day in, day out is like, I'm going to go and figure out how to sign a contract to buy this much clean energy in this jurisdiction, completely different skill set that I would not be very good at myself. But that's okay because, my job is to make sure that they fit into the bigger picture with the engineers and, the marketers, et cetera.
So, what do you think is one small step somebody listening today could take to embed sustainability into their work?
I think a very small and quick step is to kind of look around and ask who's working on this. And if no one's working on this, make it you. And what does working on it mean? And maybe that's the next kind of small step. I'll quote a friend of mine named Drew Wilkinson. He's got a case study in my book. And he says something that I really kind of think is a funny but true statement, which is waste is the gateway drug to doing sustainability at a big company because it's the most visible, it's the most visceral, I should say, to a lot of people. And so, like, if there are just, if you're, in food service and you are seeing that a lot of food is being thrown away at the end of your shift, like, can you be that person to say, hey, wait a second, we could do something else with this food because we're wasting money on this. It's obviously not good for sustainability. And there are so many other examples of just, people listening hopefully can think of something immediately of like, oh, yeah, we waste a ton of X. Can we do less of it?